I give away free Steam games with every major video I do, and here's who won this week. The games available to receive are listed below. To enter, just leave a comment and have contact information on your profile. And now, on with the video. I'm playing something almost every week, and sometimes I want to talk about it and give you a vertical slice. So stick with me for some lightning reviews. This week, on the chopping block. This week I replayed Limbo. Yeah, I've been threatening to review this one for a while now. You know the deal by this point. I work for a living, there's only so much time in a day, I have a crippling heroin addiction, we've all heard it before. So, while I make an attempt to progress on a larger video, and with the understanding that I'm likely working at the time this goes live, let's discuss Limbo. I've been technically looking to replay it for years. I got it back in the day when it was originally released on the Xbox Live Arcade, or XSpla, way back in 2010, and while I couldn't remember specific details about the game other than it being a realistic and scary platformer, I do remember the ominous mood the game carries. Having just replayed it over the course of a couple hours, I'm confident in stating that the mood and atmosphere is its strongest trait. From the very start, you're given nothing. No plot explanation, no text, no tutorial, just move to the right and maybe things will become clearer. Do they? Well, spoiler alert, I suppose, but they do. All I was able to tell was that the little boy you're playing as is seeking out a little girl, and that's seemingly the end objective. The other one is like the last mission of Halo Reach. Survive. Limbo is arguably one of the first examples of the subgenre of brutal, small child in a scary world games, of which Playdead Studios seems to have made their bread and butter from. Then again, they only have 2 games to their name, but 2 bangers with consistent themes and tones isn't a bad thing. Anyways, Limbo doesn't hesitate to tell the player how little it cares about shocking you. Class is in session, and death will be your teacher. Limbo's monochrome art style still holds up, and while certain aspects are left to the imagination, a surprising amount of detail is present so that the player can discern vital clues to the environment so that they can avoid being dismembered, skewered, crushed, drowned, shocked, or reduced to bloody giblets. I don't speak with any exaggeration when I say I still jumped at a few moments when I expected to pass an obstacle, only for my timing or judgment to be a little off and was swiftly met with another grisly end. The traps and hazards don't just serve as hurdles to overcome, though. They also serve the purpose of world building. You seem to come across tribes of hostiles at one point. There are mysterious creatures and parasites that become essential to understand for the sake of some puzzles, and this game may unironically be the worst thing ever to give to an individual with arachnophobia. Unfortunately, if you intend to play this game in one non-stop session like I did, then you may find that the mood is difficult to maintain. After a while, the deaths become little more than a slight inconvenience and lose a degree of their shock factor. To that note, if anyone is looking to try Limbo if they haven't already played it, then play it in chunks, like maybe a half hour at a time. You'll still get a good 4 or 5 sessions out of it by my estimations, and it'll give your mind a chance to re-sensitize so that events close to the end retain more of an impact. Although that may not apply to everything. I took time to mention the emphasis on environmental storytelling, and towards the end things seemingly get even more trippy and surreal with gravitational puzzles in what is otherwise a fairly grounded game. It threw me out of the experience to a minor degree and got me wondering if the game was trying to say something about the world being interpreted through the eyes of a child with an overactive imagination. Then again, Inside did the same thing and seemed slightly more grounded in a sci-fi setting, so it could just be one of Playdead's regular tactics to induce a sense of the uncanny. Whatever the case, Limbo by and large still holds up in my opinion. It's frequently on sale, and anyone with even a moderate interest in anything I've said about it should get it at some point. Plus, with Playdead working on a 3rd game with their iconic style, it's yet another thing to set expectations for the future. Although it is being funded by Epic, so I hesitate to be only enthusiastic. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some heroin nearby with my name on it. Hey, look at that, it's the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember that commenting can actually win you a free prize. So until next time, this is Gheeotine saying thanks for watching and keep your head on your shoulders.